My name is Jillian Escher. I work for Partnership for Economic Development as the Program Manager for Nomadic Co-Workspace and First Friday Havasu. I'm a Leadership Lake Havasu alumni of the class of 2019. When I started the program, I had this understanding that leadership was something that you were born with. It was an innate trait that couldn't be developed, and that couldn't be any more wrong from the truth. Leadership is just a desire to be part of something bigger than yourself. And I think as long as you step up to the plate, you can be a leader at any level. You don't have to be the top of the company to be a leader. You don't have to be CEO, you don't have to be director, you don't even have to be manager. Leadership, again, is just a skill and a desire that can happen at any role. Rather than just being an entrepreneur and having to create your own vision, and that's what makes you a leader, you can be an intrapreneur, which means that you're a leader at any position. It's just a matter of you bettering yourself so that you can be better within the company you serve.
My name is Joelle Dickinson. I work at the London Bridge Resort as the resort sales manager, and I'm a graduate of the class of 2019. I would say the leadership skill I use most often is learning to be flexible. I think, especially being a co-chair for the class of 2020, there are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that you don't know, and learning how to lead kind of in a panic is definitely something that I learned from the class. I would say the one of the things I learned from the class, or one of my favorite things, was definitely the city government day. I think getting to sit behind the dais as a city council member was a pretty special thing, and not something that everybody in the city gets to do. And so that was definitely a highlight of the program for me.
My name is Kathy Clark. I am retired, and I am a 2022 graduate of Leadership Lake Havasu. I have lived in Lake Havasu since 1973, but there are a lot of things that you don't know about in the community, even though you've lived here. So we got to see a lot of behind the scenes that the general public does not know what goes on behind those scenes. So it was a learning experience to absolutely do it. You will come away with so much knowledge of the city, so much knowledge of the community, and lifelong friends.
I'm Becky Kohlberg, and I'm the Business Development Officer with First Savings Bank, and I graduated with the class of 2018 from Leadership Lake Havasu. Being a leader is not what I thought it was. I have learned to be more involved in the community and step outside and hear my voice, and learn that my voice is okay to hear from, and being a good leader. There's so many moments from my class that I just don't know. I loved being able to go out to the airport and see the things that happen at the airport. We also got to go behind the scenes at the city with the city government day and be able to see what the SWAT team did. That was fascinating what they do, and we got to play with some of their toys. That was a lot of fun. The most exciting thing for me, I believe, was doing the MBTI personality test and learning all about that and figuring out where you were. And oddly enough, I was the only one in my class that was my 4 letters, so it was kind of very interesting to see how I interacted with everybody.
Hi, I'm Teresa Crowell, and I work for Residential Wholesale Mortgage. I graduated Leadership Lake Havasu in 2020. I would have to say more confidence, the ability to understand people better, learning the different personality types through the growth of the leadership class really taught me the ability to be able to know how to communicate with people differently, because everybody receives and speaks differently, and so that was probably one of the biggest things that I feel I got out of the class. Being able to meet all of the people that you meet through the program is absolutely unbelievable. There just are not words to describe it. The different government organizations, going to the police department and the tour there, just being able to interact and understand how things work behind the scenes, I think helped me be able to connect with the community better. It helped me go deeper in my Rotary Club and being able to spread joy that way. So I think it's just been all around inspirational in that respect.
Hi, I'm Nina Hughes. I work at Vertical IT Solutions, and I'm a Leadership Lake Havasu graduate of 2025. This program changed the way I see myself as a leader because we got to experience so many different types of leaders in different sorts of businesses, and you learn that everyone learns in different ways and everyone reacts in different ways. So just all of the different people together, it makes you realize that you have to adapt and grow, depending on who you're leading in certain situations. Because of this leadership program, I now look at the way other leaders in different businesses around our community operate. They all have a special set of skills and all contribute to our community in so many different ways, and it's a different way of appreciating everybody.
Hi, my name is David Robbins. I work for River City Newspapers, and I graduated in the leadership class of 2025. The class takes you through lots of different connections in the community. It helps you learn about education, about government, and about just the businesses that create this city that we live in and what I can get involved in. So it's a great opportunity to learn about Lake Havasu. Listening is one of the skills that I've been working on for a long period of time as a manager and a leader, and I think this really helped me expand on my ability to listen and focus on what other people were saying. In this group setting, you have lots of different voices, and listening to everybody is really important. And as a co-leader in the second year for the class of 26, that was very important too, listening to the people that were in the class. So listening is one of the most important things I learned.
I'm Andrea Hellard. I'm the president and CEO at the Lake Havasu Area Chamber of Commerce, and I graduated Havasu Leadership Development in 2005 and Advanced Havasu Leadership Development in 2008. So when I first went through the program, I was a baby leader. I was only a teacher who'd been teaching for about 2 years, so I was at the very, very beginning of my leadership journey. And I feel like one of the things that it did for me was to allow me to have a bigger vision of what leadership can look like. I was surrounded by a lot of also budding leaders who are today many amazing leaders in our community, but at the time even being able to watch other people seeing their potential, seeing other people making a difference in the community, and then kind of envisioning what my role could look like in that. What that did for me is it inspired me to grow my own vision, to be able to not just think about what I could do as a teacher in a classroom, but what I could do as a leader in a school, and then as a leader in our community. So I think for me it was just really building that vision of what leadership can look like and how many people you actually can impact if you really take those ideas and make them big. Havasu Leadership Development helped me feel more connected to the community in many ways, but I actually grew up in Lake Havasu, and I had felt connected to the community for quite a long time, but I think it really allowed me to see the community as a bigger picture. I had no idea at the time how many people within the community were doing such large things to impact our community in a positive way. It gave me a bigger picture of what our nonprofit community looked like. It gave me a picture of what our city government looked like. And as a person who was just discovering all the different ways that the world works and how our communities work, it really just made me more connected to the leaders in our community as a whole, and also to how the educational community, the business community, how all of it comes together, and none of it functions without the work of everybody together. So that's really what made it more of a connection for me.
Hi there, I'm Taylor Harrison. I graduated from Leadership Lake Havasu in 2020, and my professional occupation is I run Mojave Mist and Spa. My community involvement runs deep even before this program, but what this program really gave me is a sense of community, even more so than I already had, and the confidence to lead other organizations and really get me connected. It really opened my eyes to how amazing our community is and how people in our community work together to achieve great things. My advice is put effort into it. You're only going to get out of this program what you put in. And so unfortunately, during our class, we actually couldn't put on our event, but it wasn't for lack of effort. It was during the pandemic years. But when you put in that effort and you establish those relationships and start connecting with everyone in the class, it really helps you as an individual in your leadership growth. But for me, like I alluded to earlier, it got me in tune with how amazing our community is and how to work with not just other people, but other organizations, and how to collaborate and really affect change.
Hello, I'm Allie Blum. I work for Lake Havasu City, and I graduated Leadership Lake Havasu in 2025. One moment that I will not forget is definitely the appreciation circle. It's basically the whole class gets in a circle and we go around the room and talk about what we appreciate, who we connected with, and anything that we want to say about the class. And it's definitely one that I will remember forever. It would have to be connection with other members in the community. I definitely grew confidence in that aspect to be able to reach out to different organizations and connect with them.
Hi, I'm Nikki Nickel. I'm with Republic Services, and I'm a proud graduate of Leadership Lake Havasu 2019. Have made life-lasting connections with colleagues, peers, and amazing friendships. Could anybody answer that? There's so many. The backstage access to the community leaders, the information that we got from all of our in the field tours, and the friendships really though. I mean, really those connections and the business connections. When I needed somebody to lean on or a resource, whether it be personal or professional, I gained this group of amazing friends and connections that I could really lean on.
My name is Jordan Dornblazer. I previously worked for the Havasu Riviera Marina and currently work for Lake Havasu City for the Parks and Recreation Department. I graduated this year in 2026. The one moment I will never forget was going on the Sunset Charter boat tour. I think it was really awesome to be able to see Lake Havasu from the lakeside and learn as much as we can about the lighthouses and all that kind of good stuff. It gave me the opportunity to see leadership qualities from a vast range of people and be able to see kind of what works best in different scenarios, and bouncing ideas off of other like-minded leaders in the community I think was really helpful to my own leadership growth.
My name is Jenny Sautner. I am with Starline Elementary School. I'm the principal there, and I graduated from Leadership Lake Havasu in 2024. I would encourage them, first off, to do it, and secondly, to go in with a very open mind about who they'd like to meet in our community and what they would like to learn, how they would like to grow themselves. The program helped me quite a bit with valuing the networks that are already located in Lake Havasu City. So thinking about being a rural educator, often we are looking at associations outside of our community. There are so many incredible organizations in our community, and Leadership Lake Havasu really highlights them, showcases them, and just strengthens the bonds of community organizations we already have here.
All right, my name is Maddie Larson. I work with No. 1 Arizona Electric, and I graduated Leadership of Lake Havasu in 2026. I've learned so much about the history of Lake Havasu. I've learned and met so many people. It's a good way to get your feet on the ground, especially just moving to Lake Havasu at a young age.
Allison Paoli. I am with Sunstone Real Estate Group, Coldwell Banker, and I graduated in 2009. This program taught me to see myself as a leader. I don't think I did previously, and I think I was very shy. And going through the program and giving myself the ability to ask questions, meet people, do things that made me uncomfortable absolutely helped me to be a better leader and give me the confidence to go into any role that seems like it might fit or that I'm interested in. I would say don't wait and don't say I'll do it next year, do it now. It's probably the best thing that I did, and it was all the way back in 2009. It's still one of the best things that I did and the best entree into Lake Havasu that I possibly could have had.
My name is Ashley Francoeur, and I am a real estate agent with Paradise Sales and Property Management, and I graduated with the class of 2016. Being in the program taught me how to really network with a lot of local businesses and getting to meet a lot of industry leaders, and it's been very helpful with my professional career. There's a lot of moments that I will never forget, but the one I always reflect on is the public speaking class with Grace Arts. We had to share a story that changed your life. Everyone in the class had to pick something, and I shared one of the hardest moments that I went through, but it was something that really changed me to be a better character. And what was very moving is at the end, everybody had to pick like who had the most inspiring or like moving story, and mine ended up being that story. And it's a story that I continue to share to this day, although it's not an easy story, and it's a story that I don't like to share with a lot of people. It is something that really propelled me to be a better person than who I am today. And I hope it helps everybody else. But it made me, in that moment, I just remember like being so nervous, and when I talked about it, something so hard to talk about in front of people, it ended up being so easy to try to tell people like my story, so that way it can move people and inspire people to, you know, people make mistakes and that's okay, but those mistakes open more doors for you. We should mention the kayaking because I did share a photo of that. That one was really fun. We did a relay race and my team came up with the most funny, friendly name, and we were like Team Pancakes. I think they were doing pancakes on the beach that day, and we thought, you know, we really wanted a pancake. And our team won, and there's a cute little photo that we can share with you guys of that day. It was a beautiful day, and that was also really fun, like team building kind of group thing that we did.
My name is Maria Schmaling. I work for Jimmy John's. I am their Community Development Manager, and I graduated in the class of 2020, barely. Honestly, networking, it really opened up. I know that's not really a skill, but just being able to talk to other people and get to know people from other industries and other backgrounds, putting myself out there as social as I am. Sometimes I'm not, it's not necessarily one-on-one, but it really forced me to get to know people inside and out and really get deep. And I really liked that. Advice to someone applying for the program, I would definitely tell them to step outside your comfort zone, but not so far that you're intimidated. It's going to be intimidating, but if you get just outside of your comfort zone, it's going to make you grow so much. It doesn't mean you have to go and be the leader, but at least just step up a little bit more than your normal self would have. You'd be surprised at the things that can grow from that, the skills and the friendships that will grow from you taking charge.
My name is Stephanie Puente. I work at Foothills Bank and I graduated in 2025. It's gave me confidence to be able to be in more group settings and be able to express how I feel and contribute in that way. Also, I'm going to be a co-chair for next year, so that just made me want to continue on with the program. I'll never forget when we went on the rowers, I think they're called. It was just super fun. And I thought we were all gonna fall, but he said that we did pretty well for our first time, so I'll never forget that moment.
My name is Corey Vogt. I work for Lake Havasu City in the HR department. I graduated in 2026. I think leadership is what we aspire to be. We want to grow in our careers and we want to be of benefit to our communities. I think that this program really helped me in the connectivity, but also learning about the businesses, the economic growth, the things that we got to experience, which we might not have gotten those experiences outside of this program. I now enjoy communication and conversation with people in different walks of the area and their businesses and what they do that is quite different than what I do. And again, that goes back to that communication of connectivity and understanding our community and really people's strengths and where they're learning and where they're growing.
My name is Austin Ruffner. I work at Residential Wholesale Mortgage and I graduated in 2022. It really pulls back the veil of everything you don't know about Lake Havasu. No matter how long you've been here, you're going to learn something about the federal, state, and municipal workings of Lake Havasu City. So I think just getting more ingrained in the community and understanding more about how council operates and local businesses here is definitely helps you get in touch with your community in ways like you've never experienced before. I would say ask people if they've been through the program, talk to your employer, get their opinion of the program, and reach out to anybody that you've seen that's gone through the program before, because no matter where you're at in your walk of life, this is going to be something that you're really going to enjoy and you won't want to miss, and you're going to want to tell your friends about.